Good evening, everyone. It is Thursday, March 29th, 2018, and I am doing a live broadcast for those of you who are listening to this afterwards, 6:37 p.m., somewhere in the United States. And I want to go over what just happened in regards to Jeff Sessions. So I'll hang out for a second. Hey, guys. How you doing? So there's been a lot of talk lately. What is a special prosecutor? What is a special counsel? What's the difference? Everybody's calling for Jeff Sessions to appoint a second special counsel to go over all the things that are going on in terms of the IG report and blah, 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 blah. So what I wanted to do is go over, hey, everyone. Hi, guys. Hi from New Jersey. Hi. Canada. Awesome. I wanted to go over all this with you guys, plus what just happened with Jeff Sessions. And of course, a Mueller announcement that I'm not going to cover today because I need to do some research into it. So let's get started, shall we? So a couple weeks ago, and what I covered yesterday on my channel, basically, in an interview, Jeff Sessions said, "I have appointed a person outside of Washington, many years in the Department of Justice, to look at all the allegations that the House Judiciary Committee members sent to us, and we're conducting that investigation." And what I've been able to gather is that the special counsel would be appointed if Jeff Sessions feels like there would be a conflict of interest. But I think because Jeff Sessions has decided that there is not a conflict of interest because the person that he's chosen to head this up is outside of Washington, they'll continue with the special prosecutor. So let's just go over it really quickly. Jeff Sessions wrote a letter to Grassley, Gowdy, and Goodlatte. And it's in response to the recent letters requesting the appointment of a special counsel to review certain prosecutorial and investigative determinations made by the Department of Justice in 2016 and 2017. I take the concerns you raise very seriously. Since I took this office, it's been my goal to establish the highest standards, blah, 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 blah. He talks about that. It's important that the American people have confidence in the Department of Justice. And he basically explains, he says, however, the law requires that much of the work we're doing to accomplish these goals remains confidential to ensure full and fair process and just outcomes. In that regard, as you know, the Department of Justice cannot provide continuous updates on ongoing investigations or confirm or deny the existence thereof. This is integral to our duty to adhere to the highest ethical standards and to ensure that prosecutorial and investigative decisions are made without political bias or favoritism in either direction. So that says a lot about what stage they're at. As you are aware, I've asked the department's Inspector General, Michael E. Horowitz, to review certain matters that you and some members of your committees have raised in recent and previous letters. In addition to his ongoing investigation, the Inspector General has now confirmed that he's opened a review into the department's compliance with certain legal requirements and department and FBI policies and procedures with respect to certain applications filed with the FICE court. Congress created the department's Office of the Inspector General explicitly for the purpose of, among other things, investigating alleged violations of criminal and civil laws by department employees, including actions taken by former employees after they have left government service. That line is key right there. That line is key because that's why they were saying that they wanted the special counsel. They were saying that the special prosecutor, which is the same thing as a special counsel, but whoever Jeff Sessions appointed would not have the ability to subpoena people who have left the department. And Jeff Sessions is basically saying that that's not true. He's saying including actions taken by former employees after they have left government service. In addition, this is why the Inspector General, Michael Horowitz, was so pissed off. I covered this in a previous video. I talked about Michael Horowitz and everybody was saying he's an Obama appointee. Well, so is the guy that they named in this letter. But don't worry about it. And I'll tell you why. They're saying basically like he's an Obama appointee. Yes. But Obama and Holder completely handcuffed his ability to do his job because they made it so that he would have to go and ask the heads of the departments for the documents that he needs to keep oversight over those departments. So basically, I'm twisting in my chair. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Basically, he went through Congress to get all that taken care of, and they made laws so that the Justice Department isn't allowed to handicap its own investigative unit, its own police, to keep it honest. So basically, in this sentence right here, Sessions is telling everybody, look, guys, he can look into things that employees that have left the department have done. So he says here, including actions taken by former employees after they have left the government service. The Inspector General's jurisdiction extends not only to allegations of legal violations, but also to allegations that department employees violated established policies as well. So what did they do while inside the department that maybe wasn't criminal, as well as what did they do that was criminal? To carry out these duties, Title V of the United States Code provides the Inspector General with broad discretion and significant investigative powers. The office employs approximately 470 staff, a significant number of whom are lawyers, auditors, and investigators, who may exercise wide discretion on matters under their jurisdiction. If the Inspector General finds evidence of criminal wrongdoing, I'm going to say it again, criminal wrongdoing. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you so much. If the Inspector General finds evidence of criminal wrongdoing, he may refer it to a United States attorney who can then convene a grand jury or take other appropriate actions. And he says it again. To be clear, the Inspector General has the authority to investigate allegations of wrongdoing, collect evidence through subpoena, and develop cases for presentation to the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General for prosecution or other action. The Inspector General also may, under appropriate circumstances, make information available to the public, even if no criminal or disciplinary action is recommended. In contrast, this type of information would not normally be publicly available after the conclusion of a traditional criminal investigation. He's telling us in this paragraph they have criminal investigations ongoing, that the Inspector General has much broader powers than what these people have been led to believe, and that he's been granted authority and wide discretion on matters under jurisdiction, not just I've always said, this is off the cuff for me, so please forgive me. I'm not very scripted. I'm never really scripted, but you know what I'm saying. So basically, there's a difference between an audit and an investigation. When an Inspector General, takes on an investigation, it's a lot different than when he just audits a department for wrongdoing. If there is criminal activity that is raised within an Inspector General investigation, what they do is they take it to a U.S. attorney. Well, what Jeff Sessions is telling us is that he has a team of attorneys, of U.S. attorneys that are working with the Inspector General on these things. Pursuant to Department of Justice regulations, the appointment of a special counsel, by design, is reserved for use in only the most, quote, extraordinary circumstances. Under the regulations, any special counsel must be selected from outside the United States government. I'm just going to tweet this really quickly. To justify such an appointment, the Attorney General would need to conclude that the public interest would be served by removing a large degree of responsibility for the matter from the Department of Justice. The department has successfully investigated and prosecuted many high-profile, resource-intensive matters since the regulations were promulgated in 1999, but regulation standard has been found to be satisfied on only 2 occasions. So basically, he's saying the reason why Rosenstein appointed Mueller is because Jeff Sessions stepped down. Recused himself. So that's why he says he appointed Mueller, Rosenstein. That's what I found anyway. Stupid. And I have a lot of articles to go over with you guys, but I want to get to something else that's really important in here. As noted in Assistant Attorney General Stephen E. Boyd's November 13th, 2017 letter to the House Committee on the Judiciary, I already have directed senior federal prosecutors to evaluate certain issues previously raised by the committee. In the letter, Mr. Boyd stated, and I have the letter, these senior prosecutors will report directly to the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General as appropriate, and will make recommendations as to whether any matters not currently under investigation should be opened, whether any matters currently under investigation require further resources, or whether any matters merit the appointment of a special counsel. Specifically, I asked United States Attorney John W. Huber, I think it is, to lead this effort. Mr. Huber is an experienced federal prosecutor who was twice confirmed unanimously by the Senate as United States Attorney for the District of Utah in 2015 and then again in 2017. They go over his history. He's conducting his work from outside the Washington, D.C. area and in cooperation with the Inspector General. The additional matters raised in your March 6, 2018 letter fall within the scope of his existing mandate, and I'm confident that his review will include a full, complete, and objective evaluation of those matters in a manner that is consistent with the law and facts. I receive regular updates from Mr. Huber, and upon the conclusion of his review, will receive his recommendations as to whether any matters not currently under investigation should be opened, whether any matters currently under investigation require further resources, or whether any matters merit the appointment of a special counsel. We understand that the department is not above criticism, and it can never be that the department conceals errors when they occur. I expect every person in this department to adhere to the highest levels of integrity, ethics, and professionalism. If anyone falls short, I'll fulfill my responsibility to take necessary action to protect the integrity of our work. And he copies Nadler, Feinstein, and Cummings. This is the letter from the 13th. They've been doing this for quite a long time. Quite a long time. So I find it super interesting that not a lot of people caught on to this. So basically, the only difference between a special prosecutor and a special counsel at this point in time is that a special counsel would be someone from outside of the Justice Department, and this is a special prosecutor, which it doesn't even make any sense. They're basically the same thing as per definition that I found online. But basically, the only difference is that they're investigating within the Justice Department from outside of Washington. They have all the same prosecutorial powers. Sessions was very clear in saying that they're able to investigate people that have left the department. They're able to subpoena. They're able to work with an attorney, a U.S. attorney, to bring criminal charges. They're able to bring a grand jury. They're able to do all these things. As we proved the other day, there is a grand jury appointed. I think all these guys know it. The fact that McCabe comes out with his little GoFundMe today is pretty telling as well. And it seems to me that we're about to probably see some indictments, because they're not going to come out with this guy's name while he's still poking around and doing his work. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. There is definitely something cooking here. There's definitely a grand jury impaneled. There will definitely be indictments. They are unraveling this huge ball of yarn. I suspect we'll start to see this something within the next couple days. You know, and like I said, Andrew McCabe lawyering up. There's some interesting stuff in this letter. I'm going to probably go back through this letter and do it over again as not a live stream and detail it more. But I'm about to throw all these links. What's the difference between a special counsel and an independent commission? You know, I'll put all this research that I did inside of the description box for you guys, as well as the letter from 2017, where they say that there are attorneys appointed to this, and I must have missed this completely. In addition, I'm going to show you guys some really interesting information that I found with name redacted helped me with it actually on CrowdStrike that I wasn't aware of before. So that's I'm telling you, Sessions basically says in here, I'm not going to comment on what we're doing. I'm not going to comment on what we're doing behind the scenes. Obviously, I'm not going to confirm or deny an investigation in this letter, even though he's confirming an investigation in the letter. He's letting everybody know that there's a team of prosecutors that are working on this case, specifically in regards to the original OIG investigation requests. I'm telling you, he can't come out and say, by the way, we're currently running an investigation into the Clinton Foundation, even though we know he is. He can't come out with the details of that. So I beg of you, just a little bit more patience. It's happening. It's coming. I promise you. I promise you it is. I promise you it is. If you guys appreciate the work I do and you'd like to become a patron, I would be honored to have you. You can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/TracyBeans with the Z. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. It was really appreciated. You guys are wonderful. I will let you guys all go watch Quite Frankly now, and didn't want to hog up any of his show. But I wanted to get this video out because there's a lot in this letter. Stay tuned to tomorrow. I'll have a bunch more stuff coming out tomorrow in regards to the Mueller investigation, as well as this. And yeah, that's it. Have a good night. Talk to you guys soon. I don't know. I always have a problem shutting this damn thing off. Okay, bye.